Hola tribe. So I did have this at the right angle for a hot minute, and now it's that's a little bit better. Okay. So I started this a little while ago and I stopped it. Now I'm back again. So I am chilling in this amazing aerial silk, surrounded by trees and water and really, really big, bright, hot sun, which is why I'm trying to cover it up, because there would be no image on this screen right now with how bright it is out here. It's amazing. It's amazing. And so I had this inspiration to communicate, and I found myself so excited to share it and being like, I have to, I'll get there. I was doing something else and I was inspired to create this video and explain something, and then, see, really bright, really, really bright. And then I didn't have the opportunity at that moment. Sorry about that. Thanks for coming for the ride. I didn't have the opportunity in that moment, so I had to delay it. And because that inspiration was there and I wanted to, I almost forced myself to make a video before I had given myself some downtime to process deeper layers of emotions that had come up prior to the video, or even during the inspiration of the video. Whatever those other feelings were, I had other feelings vibrating through my body. And so instead of creating from a place of inspiration, I started creating from a place of desire, right? I really was, I'm so excited to share this information that I'll create from here. And I found myself like, why are you doing that? The whole point of this video is to explain to them that how creation actually works, right? So I took care of me first. And I'm so happy I did. So let's see how this video goes. I believe that we are in a very complex world. I know this to be true, however, I speak it of belief. It's as if we've all gone through these portals like a washing machine, right? So the masculine souls went through a portal of femininity, and feminine souls went through a portal of masculinity, and we were working on balancing out. We were working on balancing out codependency within relationships, to say in the simplest of ways, right? And so I believe that that's just one of the reasons we did it. Let's go with that. However, some people got stuck in the rinse cycle, is what I like to say. Not everyone has balanced out yet. And nor would I ever claim that I'm completely balanced. Please know that. When I speak the words that I do, I don't ever wish to appear as if I'm coming from a place of knowing more than someone else. I speak them, and then I too have to listen to the words and make sure that my vibration is in alignment with them. And even now, realizing, there's stuff always. So what really needs to be understood is that in the process of creation, we create from where we stand. You create from what you're rooted in, right? And so if you chose to create based off of greed, let's just go with the simplest, purest form, black and white, is greed, right? Greed versus love. Two completely different, well, I say completely different vibrations, but they are, right? So greed versus love. Whoop, moving a whole big bunch. So, well, when you create from a place of greed, then there will always be lack, right? There will always be a beginning and an end. There's a... Bleh, it's yucky. It happens all the time. People do it all the time, right? And then when you create from love, it's infinite. Love is infinite. It has no beginning, it has no end. It is boundless, shapeless, genderless. So forgive me, yet, when I hear people speak of their, sexuality or their gender, their right to stick a flag in it, and I'm not denying they don't have the right to stick a flag in it. They can do whatever they want. They finally achieved. That's the way I look at it. Is they finally achieved claiming something that brought them peace. Right? They finally got to this place of peace within themselves that they need to throw down a flag to speak that which they believe themselves to be. I give them all the credit in the world to do it. Go for it. I understand. However, it's a limited statement, and that statement is it's putting a boundary on your soul. They're saying it from a place of human, not from a place of soul. Their soul is only having the experience in this lifetime. That's it. So, but if they need to claim it and they need to put a stake in it, they can. Just know that it's a limiting perception. Your soul is infinite. It's just having an experience in this lifetime. And if you need to bring peace to yourself to make that statement, then do so. Go for it. That's awesome. I believe anything that brings you a sense of peace, yet let peace be an infinite vibration. Right? Let peace be an infinite vibration. So it's so funny because I had wanted to make this video, and I love how the universe works because it immediately showed me, confirmed for me again why I wanted to make this video. And I just saw this TikTok, and the TikTok was all about, it was a beautiful, the gentleman spoke of how if you want to, basically it was like if you want to create, your mind must be in the right place. Well, that's a great starting point. You're right. Your mind must be in the right place. Gosh. My frustration of how limited. Your mind is a fragment. Your mind is a fragment of the creation. It is your vibration. It has everything to do with the vibration of your body and the intention to which you are rooted in. So your mind is great, but your mind is a liar. You can tell yourself all day that I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. Yet if your vibration doesn't match it, then you ain't happy. Right? So I say this because, and I go back to the masculine and feminine energies, because I believe what took place in this unbelievable shift of paradoxes and timelines that we live in is what I witness more and more. And please, by no stretch of the means do I mean this is every, black or white in my response. This is the messy parts, okay? There are those that have come out the other side and are living it and walking it, and it's beautiful. And then there's just the messy parts, and this is the messy parts. And so I speak of the messy parts so that you can ask yourself if you're sitting in them. Are you one of these people that are experiencing this experience, and how can you help yourself in moving through it, right? Because it's limiting. It's a limiting experience. Whoop, having to move again. That's a bright sun, man. That is a bright, bright sun. It's fan-freaking-tastic. And aerial silks are not very easy to move in. But I'll tell you right now, yoga pants and an aerial silk make it easier. Make it much, much easier. Okay. So, while I say that, I wonder if it'll allow me to show you my view. No, it won't. Okay, so this is where we are. So let me backtrack to where I was. Okay, so creating where we stand and the masculine and feminine energies. And, okay, here we are, right? So what I have noticed is that, both sides have ego, male and female both have ego. Let's go with this. I'm witnessing frustration within male versus female more so. I'm witnessing that the masculine energy is far more frustrated with their creations than the females are. And I believe that to be because the females have more practice in their ability of bending and shape-shifting. And I say shape-shifting because we as females compromise far easier than the masculine energies do, right? Let's just keep it simple. Masculine energies tend to be straight lines. Feminine energies tend to be waves and curls and circles. Is that true? Just in the purest form. We as a society live outside the purest form for the most part. That's what we're experiencing, and that's where ego gets involved. We live outside the purest form of it, and then we have to claim and identify things like I am this and I am that to feel safe, okay? Because it's just a complex world. However, in the purest form, yes, masculine energy is straight lines, and feminine energy is swirls and circles. And so, from the purest of it all, that the masculine has always kind of gotten their way, right? The female has been very bendable and movable, and we will co-create with the masculine that we love because we love them and we wish to create with them. So we just shape-shift in order to do so. And there is definitely a push-pull dynamic that can go along with it. However, from the simplest of forms, that's how it's been. Unfortunately, that is, I think, male energy is still rooted in that level of ego, and they get very, very upset when their creations don't come to the fruition to which they thought they were creating from. They believe that because I said so, or that kind of energy, let's go with that, the energy of I said so is my creation, I said so, blah, this is how it's going to work. Why is it not turning out that way? And so instead of taking accountability for the energy that they co-created within that moment, they pretend like that creation didn't exist. But it does. So bottom line is that we create from where we stand, and we must take accountability for all of our creations. And, accountability doesn't have to be as complex as some people think of it. It's just humility. Humility is truly what it comes down to. So realizing that we are now in a new paradigm. We are all masculine and feminine, right? So you can create within yourself. We do not require a counterpart in order to manifest creations. However, utilizing a counterpart is just far more powerful. And again, it's genderless. It is genderless. It is vibrationally based. Understand this, that there is no gender, it's a vibration. Okay? So people wanting to claim, I don't even know the terms, so please forgive me. I understand that people they want to be called he, she. I bet you there are other terms. Please forgive me. Different forms of sexuality. I'm really on that learning curve of understanding all of that. I just simply see energy. I don't identify by terms. That's a human thing. That's really human. Like, even talking to somebody about, like, you know, mental issues, when you talk to somebody about having like bipolar or schizophrenia or something like that, you can use those terms, and that's just easy to have conversations using those terms, but those terms are just bullshit to me. That's not even, it's just energy. It's just, how are these people showing up energetically? And the terms just make it easier for people to attach their ego to. For the simplest of explanations, that just helps people attach ego. So I really want you, can you see this little pond thingy behind me? It's freaking fantastic. Okay, so yeah, let's come back to what this is all about, which is how we create, and taking accountability for our creations. How are you showing up? How are we all showing up, right? So, as I said, there is a definitely, and I only because I know as I speak these words, I can feel the sensitivity of people believing that I am saying male, female, gender, da 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 da. I know plenty of female souls and men's bodies, and I know plenty of men's souls and female bodies. I know plenty of original male souls that have turned themselves into the feminine. Like, I mean, it is so complex, it is silly. But it's not that complex. It's really not that complex. Only when you start to realize that, oh, that's a male inside of that female's body, and that's a female inside of that male's body. And did they go through the portal? Yes, they did. Right? I did. I absolutely did. I am a feminine soul in a female body, but I went through the masculine portal, and I, for a long time, carried a lot more masculine energy, and I lean more towards, I would say, like, to the best of my ability, androgynous energy, adaptability. I like to believe that I can adapt in any situation to the best of my ability. I mean, I don't always, because I don't always need to compromise who I am in that moment. I'm allowed to be self in that moment. However, coming together with tribe, I am capable of adapting to the vibration required for the tribe, because I have done enough journey work to know that my role can be masculine or feminine. What is it that they need? Who do I need to? How do I show up best for them? Right? Just perception to offer to the table. So, creating. So, it's a very common thing I've witnessed is that there's this masculine energy that gets really, really upset when they have set an intention for a creation and it doesn't come to the fruition. And so taking accountability that they are just a co-creator. I believe that they are anchored into an old paradigm where they felt so powerful as a creator. They are simply co-creators, just as we all are. We're all co-creators. And it has nothing to do with what the intention was. I mean, well, I say nothing. The intention of the creation is extremely important, but what is your intention rooted in? Why was that your intention? What was it rooted in? And what were you looking to gain? Or were you looking to support others in gaining? Right? And so there's a really important fine line in all of that. So like I say, you create from where you're rooted, right? And so what roots, where did you plant the seed? Where did you root into? Rooting into anything of, desire, any desire, want, and need are from negative spaces. Like, you I say negative, but it's like digging out a hole. You need to dig a hole in order to create within those places. There needs to be a negative space to be filled, whereas passion, inspiration, and divine order or divine will, we'll say divine will, all come from within, right? And it's like this internal